Israel. In this video, I am briefing the presidents of all nations to inform them that the Spirit of truth has come. And I am letting the presidents of all nations know that even they have to be corrected about sin, imagination, and emotion to end the seemingly natural, ancient, covert emotion of violence that presidents of nations feel in their spirits looking through their eyes. You see, even the presidents of nations must stand down before the Spirit of truth and serve while Judah is being gathered. Everyone must stop in their tracks. Now, listen to videos 1 and 2. You see, God wants the violence and war to cease between nations and against his people. Now, that put all presidents in a serious predicament. God wants violence to cease among leaders, for God is establishing private government, a global private government, to institute the private law to end violence among citizens. And we all need to be on the same page to know about the new change of the power that be. The presidents shall take a moment of silence to think about this, about the seriousness of the predicament that we all are in. You see, because of the foolishness of man, thinking he is a God inside of imagination, God had to let man destroy man and be destroyed by fallen angels. God had to wait until imagination was finished, or until he could tell one of us what imagination is. The bottom line is, God had to let the spirits and souls of man and fallen angel express sin, emotions that hurt, harmed, and killed man during war, crime, law enforcement, to keep emotion of sin from driving all mankind insane. In fact, Mr. President, that is the sole purpose of government and law, to establish and protect people, places, and things. The question is, from what? The answer is, the natural enemies of man, including death. Since governments are not allowed to implement God or truth into protocols, the law is cursed because the law gives man the right to kill man, to stop violence in man, to protect people, places, and things. And even that isn't happening since governments can't keep their own laws. Again, the law is cursed along with imagination, because both imagination and the law gives man the right to kill man, to stop the violence in man. The law is cursed because it doesn't come with words of mercy and truth to kill violence in man. The law kills man on all levels to stop violence in man, instead of killing the violence in man and setting the man free. That is the core of this briefing. I want the presidents to know that I am establishing a private government that institutes private law in the spirit of people against emotion that cause violence on all levels. What the presidents must grasp is, this is prophecy, and prophecy will be fulfilled. For the presidents not interested in God or not interested in Christ or his word, you should know that something greater than all the histories of government will come along and judge the governments, kings, and presidents of this world. And the truth about our spirits looking through our eyes is it. Therefore, you may or may not know or even care about God. Truth about our spirits against imagination is the one thing that all nations can and will agree on. nations agreeing about the secrets revealed about our spirits, this will bring the peace. This peace is required among the nations. You know why. God is gathering the scattered people of Judah, and God is not going to tolerate the ignorance of wicked people interfering with the gathering. That is why presidents are being notified to ensure peace in their regions while Judah is gathered. Presidents must grasp that by having the blueprint of the spirit of man, that this is a sign that the offsprings of black slaves are walking in end-time prophecy of peace, glory, and honor for doing good, first to the Jews. Let us walk in the words of prophecy concerning where black people are today. In Isaiah chapter 2, verses 1 through 4, it says concerning us, the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. The blueprint about the spirit of man, about how our spirits looks and work, is the mountain of the Lord's house, that all the mountains or nation and hills organization will come up to. But here is where we need to pause for a second to let this sink in. The law about our spirits will come from Zion, the black women of Jacob, for I will set them in charge of it. The part to get, though, is the word of the Lord, which is a he, revealed in me, will judge among the nations, and will rebuke many people. Mr. Presidents from all around the world, I just wanted to get